Marijuana without it being spotted. Remember, when you're growing marijuana outdoors, put duct tape on the bottom of your feet really well to cover up your footprints. A footprint can get you convicted. Now, we don't have ours in duct tape because we're not the growers. I've noticed some fairly fresh tracks, so it's got me a little concerned. However, while we were creeping a little earlier, I spotted 2 deer up ahead, which is good news to us. That means up ahead, there's not any other humans. So keep that in mind. Let the wildlife tell you what's going on in the woods. Just like you saw in Tarzan, if you see birds fluttering from trees, something's scaring those birds. So anytime wildlife is jumping around, if you see a squirrel in the distance in a tree, it's a safe bet that the DEA is not lying in wait for you. Okay. I'm not positive about this, but this might look like a fence cut for a grower to get in and out. We've already been up in the air. I know there are marijuana plants sparsely scattered in this area. We just have to find them without DEA spotting us or growers spotting us. This is not good to do. Keep this stuff away from your grow area. If you have to use it, pack it back out with you. The growers did a great job hiding and disguising this. They put it in a black bag, 7 dust to get bugs off of their plants. Root activator. They were thirsty. Orange juice. Insecticide, of course, off because of mosquitoes. And that's about all that's interesting. I really believed I would find one of my never get busted videos in here, but I didn't. So. The DEA looks for dead trees and PVC pipes and trash. They also look for things growing in unnatural patterns. Nothing in the wild grows in rows or in a triangle pattern or in a snail pattern like some growers do. Don't grow your pot in rows. Don't do the old snail pattern trick. It's much safer to plant 4 or 5 plants in one area, go 50 yards, plant 4 or 5 more plants where it looks natural. Remember, the more natural you can keep everything, the safer you're going to be. Take a look at this tree that's been cut. Outdoor marijuana growers will cut trees down in the winter, or they'll take a hatchet with poison in the head and make deep cuts into a living tree, and that poison climbs up and kills the tree and all the leaves. Now, these growers chose to cut this tree out of the way, and the reason they needed to is for sunlight to get into the marijuana plant. This is a field we're approaching that the DEA already eradicated. What I'm hoping for, they'll usually leave a few plants behind, and they'll set up cameras, little trip cameras. Because a lot of times the growers, even if they know their field has been eradicated, they're curious and they'll go back and see what in the world was destroyed. Never go back. You hear me? Never go back. The DEA came in with bulldozers. There's no telling how many plants they eradicated out of here, but they left some. I see it from here. Come on. Isn't it wonderful that there is no way the DEA or any other law enforcement agency can totally eradicate such a beautiful, healthy plant. This plant helps millions of people. Less than 10 yards from those 4 or 5 marijuana plants is a well-worn path right down to a large creek. The DEA flies creeks and ponds because they know growers have to plant close to water sources like this grower did. So remember that. If you can grow your plants away from water sources and you tote the water in, you're a lot safer. Airplane, airplane. Stay down and be still, just be still. That's okay if it's connected with anything. By the time they get ground units here, we're gone. When we took cover, look what we landed in. A male marijuana plant. The growers forgot to pull that guy. There's another chopper I just saw go through here, but it was way off. If you're ever outdoors guerrilla growing like these people are, you make positive any aircraft that flies over, the most important thing is to be still and duck your head. Don't look up at it like this because your face shines. Dixie cups. Do not leave these laying around. That's what the growers started their plants with. I saw these from the air. Notice how the grower has them sparsely scattered and he's not planting them in rows? That's a good idea. This is a little female plant here, already budding out. They've got one tucked away here in the brush. It's already budding out. And I'm sure there will be more. I know for sure it's the growers cutting this fence now because right there is a water can. Keep your water cans hidden. Now this grower was smart because it's green or camouflage. This would be really, really hard to spot from the air. Look at this. That looks like a stick to you. Pull it out and it's their file. This is what they use to keep their tools sharp, to harvest their plants, to hoe, that kind of thing. And they kind of disguised it, which was kind of neat.
When it comes to marijuana, Barry Cooper is on the wrong side of the law.
The war on drugs is a failed policy. It's not working.
Cooper not only believes marijuana should be legal, he's trying to help people grow it and not get caught.
Marijuana is the #1 cash crop in the United States, going into the billions of dollars, right above corn.
Cooper says the bumper crop of marijuana found this summer in North Texas proves how popular pot has become.
Americans are not going to stop growing it. They're not going to stop buying it. They're not going to stop smoking it, even if you continue to put them in jail.
Last month, local and federal drug agents descended on 7 fields in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and destroyed more than 25,000 marijuana plants.
It's impossible to eradicate, and I know that because I'm an ex-narcotics officer.
In fact, just a short walk away, Barry Cooper found what he was looking for.
Here's a female marijuana plant, and that's what everybody is after, what's causing the billion-dollar fuss. There's no doubt in my mind there are thousands of other fields like this. I think they got 7 of these fields. There are thousands more, and they're about to start budding right now, by the way, too. So about October's harvest time.